Let's go on. Let me throw you a softball. Let me make a baseball term. Should Peyton Manning be replaced by Brock Osweiler?
Absolutely not. That's, for me, it's a non-starter. Because once you go there, you can't go back.
It would get ugly in that locker room, wouldn't it?
It's just, I'm not even, let's take the chemistry and all it's just, you can't go back to him. When does that work? I'll ask Woody, both of you, when does it work where you've gone back to the legend? Maybe they tried with the Colts in the name of the Super Bowl. They lost. I mean, where is a legend kind of in the United States with injury?
Well,
I just don't see how you go down that rabbit. Once you go down that rabbit hole, there's no coming back out.
Plus, we're talking like they're 2-3 and not 5-0.
So
here's different if they're 2-3.
Yeah,
maybe there's some rumblings. Then not at 5-0.
Yeah, here's a tweet from Flora E4, whatever that means. Would Brock have had better numbers than PFM in the same 5 games? Would he have done better or worse?
I don't know the answer to that question. I know he suits this offense, but, I mean, for argument's sake, so we're getting into hypotheticals, how many young quarterbacks come in and don't turn the ball over? That's my issue with Brock is, and with Manning, frankly. The one thing he has to do is take better care of the ball. If he had 6 touchdowns and 3 interceptions, no one would care. He's made mistakes in the last 2 games that have nearly led to losses. The red zone pick to Daniels yesterday, and then the pick to Barr against the Vikings. But I don't know the answer to that question because I haven't seen Brock take meaningful snaps.
Well, here's a different way to ask it. Could Brock Osweiler have taken them on a time-eating drive in the Baltimore game?
Well, we don't know.
We don't know.
But
the next 3 games.
Here's a question we do know an answer to. Should Gary Kubiak bring Peyton Manning into his office and say, as a coach of the Detroit Lions said, if you throw another interception, I'm going to replace you? I mean, that happened with Caldwell yesterday and Matt Stafford. If you throw another interception today, he'd thrown 2. I'm going to take you out of the lineup.
They're 0-5.
But, I mean, does Gary Kubiak have to sit Peyton Manning down and say, do not throw the ball unless it's wide open? Does he do that?
It's a sensitive topic, and I don't disagree with the premise, Woody, but that conversation for me would be, hey, have you seen our defense? We're the best in the NFL by a large margin. Just need to take better care of the ball. You don't have a play, it's okay to eat it and live to fight another day. And that would be the conversation. You can't tell an athlete, one more mistake and you're out of there. That is the complete opposite of good coaching, where you create a negative connotation. Because what's he thinking? He's going out there. Even a guy like Peyton Manning, then you would run the risk of getting in his head. You just go to him and say, "Hey, we got to take better care of the ball because of this defense." I mean, that's for me the issue.
Yeah.
And the bigger issue, though, Woody, is this: defenses are defending Manning differently this year. 8, 9 guys in the box, no fear of the deep ball. And until they can consistently get chunk plays and/or finish in the red zone, defenses aren't going to change. They're treating Peyton Manning like an ordinary quarterback. And that hasn't happened in, 15, 16 years, since his rookie season? And so until they're able to get these safeties and defensive backs out of the linebackers area, and so they can run and have variety, this is going to be an ongoing struggle. They have no balance in their offense right now, none.
Well, they've thrown deep, sort of,
a
couple of times that we can remember where Peyton just throws it up. He kind of threw it up yesterday once, and it was picked off by Woodson, but why don't you think that Kubiak or Manning or the combination of them just say, hey, throw it deep to Demaryius. He's dropping them anyway. It's like a punt. Or throw it deep to Emmanuel. Why have they taken – I mean, and that's the complaint I always had about Brian Griese is teams just kept cheating up on him to the point where he could never be effective again because he never threw deep.
Well, they have been going deep to Emmanuel. They're just not connecting.
Yeah, that
timing seems to be off.
More the issue. The timing has been off by, a couple feet? And is that symbolic that it's just not going to happen? Or is that just, hey, it can be fixed, and if he catches a couple of those over the top vertical, I'm not talking 45 yards after catch. I'm talking true vertical passes, once or twice a game to plant the seed in the safety's mind that you can't play 3 yards off the line of scrimmage because they can't run against these alignments. So why they haven't done it more, Woody? Because they haven't been successful at it. It's kind of the chicken or the egg. If they do it more, will they be more successful at it, or is it like the Colts game that the more they did it, the worse it got? I mean, I think they're trying to find their way with it. I mean, that's like they're trying to find plays that work, use them, and the ones that don't, they're junking. I mean, it's really been a week-to-week process with them right now offensively.
Well, Troy, Woody asked Gary Kubiak after the game, what are you going to do to fix things? Where's the problem lie? What's your answer? Where's the problem lie, and what are they going to do to fix it?
Well, they got to protect the ball, so that part of that is on Manning. They have to get some involvement of the running backs and tight ends in the passing game somehow, some way. I mean, Owen Daniels didn't have a catch yesterday for the first time in 107 games. They have to find a way to counter this because the receivers, they basically relying on one receiver a week to be the hot guy, whether that's Emmanuel or DT. And so to counter it, they've got to have another weapon for me, whether that's swing passes to the running back, whether it's to the tight end. They need another version. I mean, they're just becoming too predictable that it's either Emmanuel or DT that day, and that's their offensive passing game.
Well,
they're not running.
Yeah.
So it's not an easy fix, though. It's just not. Now, Kubiak's argument today was, hey, if we don't have a couple of drops in the end zone and a pick, 17 points, and he's trying to see the bright side, and I don't blame him. They're 5-0, but it's not just an easy snap your fingers, put this guy in, and things are going to change. It's multi-layered. That sometimes they don't block well, sometimes the running backs don't run well. I mean, it's truly symptomatic of a struggling offense. It's multiple pieces aren't functioning at a high level.
Yeah, if my mother and my father, I'd have rich parents. I don't know. I mean, that doesn't make sense to me.